Greetings viewers, Bob with Shoddy Deals on Wheels, 91 Mitsubishi 3000GT VR4, twin turbo intercooled. We're going to fix the front oxygen sensor. We're just going to replace it. Here's the old one, lots of carbon buildup. It's an NGK. I'm replacing it with an NTK. NGK oxygen sensors are now called NTK, same company, closest you can get to the original. The one I got, I spent $73 on. It's already installed. I'll show you how I installed it. It's got an identical connector. It's a heated oxygen sensor, just like the original here. It's got the sleeve as well. Sent me back just 73 bucks, so don't get scammed by the dealership. Now, what you're going to want to do, first thing you're going to want to do here is disconnect the negative battery cable, as you can see right there, because you will be working close to the alternator and you don't want to short anything out. Definitely remove the negative battery cable. Next thing you'll want to do, this hose, okay, this plastic hose was obviously slid over the metal hose here. This is for the turbo boost. What you'll want to do is first loosen this clamp, obviously. All right, loosen the clamp on the other side of the rubber hose as well, and then you're going to pull this back, releasing it like this, and just roll it back out of the way. Next thing you're going to do is remove this heat shield here. You're going to have 3 bolts, one in the upper left, one dead center on the bottom, then you're going to have this tricky one on the side here. All right, it's going to be obstructed, that bolt, when you're removing it. This is going to be in the way, the oil dipstick, and what you are going to want to do is maneuver this dipstick without breaking it. It's flexible in whichever direction you need to in order to slide your either 12 or 13 millimeter. All these bolts were 12 or 13 millimeter. Open-ended ratcheting wrench over the bolt here, and then slowly just back it out of there. All right, and use the appropriate extensions. You could slide a pipe over your ratchet or wrench, or you could use whatever you have in your toolbox. You'll do the same thing down here. You'll need an extension. You could even link 2 open-ended wrenches together to get a little bit more leverage. This one is really easy to remove. Obviously, this notch up here fits neatly into the cutout here, okay? And obviously the shield covers the exhaust manifold there. Next thing you're going to want to do, remove this bolt on the top heat shield and remove this other bolt right underneath, as you can see right here. There's another bolt right underneath the plastic turbo boost apparatus here, okay? Now you're going to be able to maneuver this around and work this shield out of there. The heat shield is out. Fantastic. Next thing we're going to do is, okay, now of course you're going to be on a flat concrete surface when you do this, all right? Now this is the way that I did it. I'm not suggesting that this is the way that you do it. You'll want to consult your manual for the safest way to lift your vehicle and work on it. I chalked both of the rear wheels, as you can see, so the vehicle doesn't roll back. I pulled up the emergency brake and I put the vehicle in first gear. Then what I did is I have 2 3-ton jacks. I found the appropriate jacking points. Again, going per the manual, I found the appropriate jacking points down here. I jacked the vehicle up, and then I slid 2 ramps, more than capable of handling the weight of the vehicle, underneath the wheels, and I have those ramps absorbing all the weight of the vehicle. Now I do have it lifted just a little bit so I can get underneath the vehicle and show you what I need to show you. Obviously, I don't suggest that you ever do this. You'll want the vehicle resting, the weight of the vehicle, all of the weight of the vehicle resting on the ramps, more than capable of handling the weight. Now let's go underneath and I'll show you what I did. You have to remove the oxygen sensor from beneath because you cannot do it from up above. Let me show you while we're here. The reason for why you cannot do this from up above is because you see that little notch right there, right above the oxygen sensor? This right over here, this square thing will be in your way, okay? The heat shield, that side bolt goes right into this thread on the end of that square bracket there. That's why you cannot do this from up above. Now let's go underneath the vehicle. I'll show you what you need to do next. All right, here we are underneath the vehicle. What you're going to need to do next is this. As you can see up there, there's the oxygen sensor, okay? See it? Right there. Okay, you can see the oxygen sensor. You have easy access to it from underneath, and you'll need a 22 millimeter open-ended wrench or a 7/8 open-ended wrench. Either one will work. From what I understand, I used the 22 millimeter. It's about a 1 foot long wrench. I also, while I was at Home Depot, that French do-it-yourself store, I bought this pipe that I use for leverage. All right, make sure that your wrench, if you're going to use my method, the open end here, or the 12-point end fits inside, okay, of the very heavy, sturdy pipe here for extra leverage. Okay, you'll want to make sure that you grab this first. This set me back about 10 bucks. I don't remember what this cost. I'm sure it just cost a few dollars. You want to make sure it fits in here. Both of them are about a foot long, okay? And the pigtail on the oxygen sensor is about a foot long too, incidentally. Now what you'll want to do is you want to give yourself enough room down here to free this up. Now I did put this one bolt back, but let me show you. You need to remove this bolt on the plastic shield underneath. I just removed this one, and you might have to take a couple of tabs out down there connected to the, I didn't have to, but down there, see where that louvered area is? Okay, that's the wheel well. You might have to remove a couple of bolts or a couple of tabs there, all right, just to allow this to drop down. You'll want to remove this kidney-shaped little plastic thing. It's got two screws, one over here and one over here. Where's my finger? There it is, okay? And there's the little kidney-shaped plastic thing. That'll enable this to come down. You'll want to remove this bolt as well. Identical, it's right on the frame, identical to the other side. And again, same thing with the wheel well. Here you can see a little bit better here. Okay, there's a tab right there, little tab right here. You'll want to remove those, and then this will drop down and give you enough room to actually slide the open-ended wrench right over the oxygen sensor, slide the little 1-foot extension over the open-ended wrench, and then just yank on it, loosen it. You'll be able to crack it loose. All right, you'll be able to crack it loose. Be aware of one thing when you're installing your oxygen sensor. Make sure that it's got the, mine already came with it. It had it's like anti-seize. It looks like lithium grease to me, but some anti-seize lubricant on it. All right, and you might want to even, just clean out those threads. If you could just reach down there with, I don't know, some, what would be good for this? People will probably just use brake fluid, or choke cleaner would be better. Use some choke cleaner and, maybe clean those threads out a little bit. And then you'll want to just thread it in with your hand from underneath, and just be aware of something. You're going to be very close to the alternator. Your wrench might hit the alternator, but you've got the negative battery cable disconnected, so it doesn't matter. And that pigtail is going to twist around, okay? You want to make sure that when you're installing your new oxygen sensor, that you pull the pigtail through, you'll figure it out. Just pull it through wherever you need to pull it through. It'll be hanging down here, and make sure that you untwist it and then put it back up so that the wire is not twisted when you're installing the oxygen sensor. It's self-explanatory. When you remove it, you'll understand exactly what I mean for the reverse when you install it, all right? This was a pretty easy job. Now, the manual says you have to remove the alternator here. It says that you have to remove a whole bunch of hoses and stuff that have to do with the air conditioning. Let me go back up above real quick. Okay, so it says you have to remove this AC hose here. Not remove it, but just peel it all the way back and have it hanging by the hood. It's just some weird setup. Look, my vehicle only has 63,000 miles on it. This thing runs like a bandit, okay, other than the oxygen sensor. And it doesn't have any rust, so I was able to do it. If you're not able to do it this way, you're going to have to do it the hard way. Obviously, installation is the reverse of removal. Now, if you have any questions, please post them down below. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, share it on your social media. Again, Bob Asadi, Bob at sellmethecar.com, Bob at sellmethecar.com. Deals on Wheels, Las Vegas, Nevada. See you on the next video.